What if I told you that you don't need a millionaire's budget to see the world? That for the cost of a fancy dinner back home, you could be exploring ancient ruins, sailing turquoise seas, or eating food that will stay in your memory forever. Today, we're counting down the top 5 budget-friendly countries every traveler should experience at least once. Travel has always been painted as something expensive, a luxury for the few. But the truth is, some of the most incredible adventures in the world can be had on a modest budget, if you just know where to look. These aren't trips where you feel like you're cutting corners. These are journeys that feel rich in culture, history, and connection, while still being kind to your wallet. And in this list, you'll find countries where every dollar stretches further than you ever imagined. Number 5. Vietnam. Vietnam is a place where your senses are constantly overwhelmed, but in the best possible way. From the moment you step onto the streets of Hanoi, life seems to spill everywhere. Scooters dart like schools of fish, street vendors balance baskets of steaming noodles, and the smell of grilled meats and herbs fills the air. For under $2, you can sit on a plastic stool and enjoy a bowl of pho that warms you from the inside out. A banh mi sandwich, stuffed with pork, pickled vegetables, and fresh cilantro, often costs just $1. And these aren't meals you settle for on a budget. They're some of the most delicious foods you'll ever taste in your life. Traveling north to Ha Long Bay, the emerald waters dotted with limestone cliffs feel otherworldly. Legends say dragons descended here, their tails carving the islands. And as you sail through the bay on a cruise that costs less than a single cab ride in New York, you realize travel doesn't have to be about what you spend. It's about what you feel. In the south, Ho Chi Minh City blends old and new. Beneath towering skyscrapers are the Cu Chi tunnels, where Vietnamese fighters once lived underground during war. You can crawl through those tunnels today for the price of a sandwich back home. Accommodation? You'll find clean, cozy guest houses for $10 to $15 a night. Overnight buses connect cities for as little as $6. And for less than $500 a month, you can live comfortably while experiencing a country of mountains, rice paddies, rivers, and coasts. Vietnam teaches travelers that richness doesn't always come from money. Sometimes it's in flavors, colors, and people. Number 4. Portugal. When people dream of Europe, they often imagine Paris, Rome, or London. But what if I told you one of Europe's most affordable treasures lies quietly on the Atlantic coast? That's Portugal. Lisbon, the capital, feels like a living painting. Yellow trams rattle up steep hills, tiled facades gleam in the sunlight, and at night, the haunting sound of fado music fills the air. You can enjoy a full evening, music, a hearty meal, and wine for less than $20. Try finding that in Paris. In Porto, colorful houses stack along the Douro River and boats sail carrying barrels of the port wine the city is famous for. For under $15, you can eat fresh seafood while watching the sunset paint the city golden. And if you wander further into the Alentejo region, medieval castles rise from fields of sunflowers, and small towns welcome you with meals that feel homemade, because they are. Even Portugal's southern coast, the Algarve, known for its golden cliffs and turquoise waters, can be affordable if you skip the big resorts and stay in fishing villages. A family-run inn might charge $30 a night, with breakfast included. Portugal has a way of giving you Europe's beauty, history, and warmth, without Europe's notorious price tag. And it does so with charm, friendliness, and flavors you'll never forget. Number 3. Mexico. Mention Mexico, and many think of Cancun's resorts and all-inclusive buffets. But look closer and you'll find a country bursting with history, color, and life, all accessible on a budget. In Mexico City, you stand in one of the largest urban centers in the world, yet prices are shockingly low. Museums like the Frida Kahlo House or the National Museum of Anthropology cost only a few dollars. Street vendors sell tacos al pastor for $1.50. Juicy pork topped with pineapple, cilantro, and onion. And churros, hot from the fryer and dipped in sugar, are just cents. Travel south to Oaxaca, and you step into a world where indigenous traditions thrive. Festivals like Guelaguetza explode with music and dance. Markets overflow with mole, a sauce that combines chocolate, chilies, and dozens of spices. served for less than $5. Artisans sell handmade textiles and crafts that tell stories hundreds of years old. Then there's Guanajuato, where houses painted every color of the rainbow spill down hillsides. And mariachi music fills plazas at night. For under $25 a night, you can stay in a family-run inn, eat hearty meals for $5, and feel like you're living in a dream. Mexico is more than cheap. It's soulful. It gives travelers food, art, music, and warmth. And it does it all in a way that feels rich, no matter your budget. Number 2, Greece. Greece is one of those destinations that seems out of reach for many. Surely ancient ruins and island sunsets come with luxury prices, right? But the truth is, Greece can be one of the most budget-friendly countries in Europe, if you know where to look. In Athens, you walk among ruins that have stood for over 2,000 years. The Parthenon towers above, the cradle of Western civilization. An entrance costs less than $15. Afterward, you grab a plate of gyros, warm pita stuffed with meat, tomatoes, and tzatziki, for just a few dollars. But it's beyond Athens where Greece becomes a traveler's secret. Islands like Naxos, Paros, and Crete offer the same stunning beaches as Santorini, without the crushing crowds or sky-high prices. For under $30 a night, you can stay in a guest house overlooking the Aegean Sea, sipping coffee on a balcony as fishermen head out for the day. And if you want stories that feel straight out of myth, Meteora delivers. Monasteries sit perched on towering rock pillars, as though suspended between heaven and earth. Entrance is just a few dollars, but the feeling of standing there, surrounded by silence and sky, is priceless. Food in Greece is generous, fresh, and affordable. Hearty meals of souvlaki, moussaka, or stuffed grape leaves rarely cost more than $10. In family-run tavernas, owners treat you like one of their own. Greece proves that ancient wonders and postcard views aren't only for the wealthy, they're for anyone willing to explore beyond the beaten path. Number 1, Thailand. And finally, the crown jewel of budget travel, Thailand. For decades, Thailand has been the backpacker's paradise, and it still holds that crown. Bangkok is a city that never sleeps. Temples glitter with gold, street markets spill over with clothes and food, and tuk-tuks weave through traffic like dancers. For $3, you can feast on pad thai or mango sticky rice that rivals any fine dining dessert. North in Chiang Mai, life slows down. You can trek jungles, visit elephant sanctuaries, or wander through night bazaars filled with handmade crafts. Guest houses here cost $12 to $15 a night, and yoga retreats or cooking classes often cost less than a dinner back home. The islands in the south are where Thailand feels like a dream. Koh Tao offers world-class diving for a fraction of Caribbean prices. Koh Phi Phi pulses with nightlife, while Krabi offers serene, untouched beauty. For $25 a night, you can sleep in a beach bungalow, wake up to turquoise seas, and rent a scooter for $5 to explore hidden beaches. Thailand isn't just affordable, it's generous. It gives travelers temples, beaches, food, nightlife, and spirituality, all for a price that makes your travel dreams not just possible, but easy. The real secret of budget travel. Here's what ties all these countries together. Traveling on a budget doesn't mean missing out. In fact, it often means experiencing more. You eat where locals eat, travel how locals travel, and see a side of the country that luxury tourists never do. In Vietnam, it's the grandmother who shows you how to wrap spring rolls properly. In Portugal, it's the cafe owner who teaches you the meaning of saudade. In Mexico, it's the artisan who invites you to watch them weave. In Greece, it's the fisherman who tells you myths while pouring you a glass of wine. In Thailand, it's the fellow traveler you meet on a night bus who becomes a lifelong friend. Budget travel is not about limiting yourself. It's about opening yourself up to experiences that money alone can't buy. So, which of these 5 countries would you pack your bags for first? Vietnam's flavors, Portugal's charm, Mexico's colors, Greece's sunsets, or Thailand's beaches? Tell me in the comments below. And if you're ready for more wallet-friendly adventures, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell, because our next journey might just inspire your next trip.